How's everybody doing today? We're going to talk about annotation today. So what is annotation? Well, it's the idea of taking a piece of text and having a conversation with yourself about the text and then translating it physically to the text. So we're going to be focusing on Miss Temptation by Kurt Vonnegut. It was written in 1956, and I'm just going to annotate the first page for you so you have an idea of what you're doing. So the first question is we need a little bit of some context. So what do we know about the Puritans? Well, we got the 16th and 17th century. It's when Puritanism took place. Very devout, strict, God-fearing. This is the type of life they led. Are there any connections we might make between their belief system regarding individuality then and compared to now? Well, I would say that then equals no individuality because they were living for the next world. And now we have an abundance of individuality. Okay, pen's kind of going. So now we're getting to the story. If you click in the online version of this text, it's going to take you to a resource that's going to show you some different things that you can do in your annotation, but I will just show you here. So we have a little bit of a briefing. The blurb says, in Kurt Vonnegut's well-loved short story, a soldier just back from Korea disrupts a small town's daily ritual and makes a pretty girl cry. So let's figure out what this daily ritual is and why and how this soldier disrupts it. So we start with our opener. Puritanism had fallen into such disrepair that not even the oldest spinster thought of putting Susanna in a ducking stool. Not even the oldest farmer suspected that Susanna's diabolical beauty had made his cow run dry. Okay, so what is a ducking stool? What does a cow running dry have to do with anything with beauty or Puritanism or Susanna? These are some references. These are historical references to the Salem witch trials. And if I was reading this, if you're reading this at home by yourself, you could just Google this, a ducking stool, and making his cow run dry. So the belief was that if a witch was present in the town, in order for her to, for them to figure out if she was a witch or not, they would put her in a ducking stool. It was like a sinking device, and it was just a drowning mechanism. And if she was able to free herself from the ducking stool, then it meant she was a witch. And that if she died, then it meant that she wasn't. And obviously, nobody freed themselves. And then cow run dry, meaning that the cow's not able to produce milk. So witches ruined people's livestock, made their farms grow infertile. So these are just witch hunt references. And they're saying that Puritanism had fallen into such disrepair that not even the oldest spinster thought of putting her in a ducking stool. So she was so beautiful that she had witching beauty. She enchanted all that came upon her. Now remember, this is 1956. So 1956, we still have, in comparison to today's date, we still had a very pure society. So it gives a little bit of background information. Susanna was a bit part actress in the summer theater near the village, and she rented a room over the firehouse. She was part of village life all summer, but the villagers never got used to her. She was forever as startling and desirable as a piece of big city fire apparatus. All right, so I'm either gonna underline this. I like to use a highlighter, and the first thing that I see is that they are calling her a piece. What is a piece? So now I'm going to communicate my thoughts here. She's an object. Okay, so we have objectification. Okay, she's not a person. She's like a big city fire apparatus that they brought in from the city to wow them, to woo them. And the villagers never got used to her. Now look at how they use this word village. Okay, village. I don't know if it was called a village. It sounds like would be called a town. We don't really use this word anymore. So why are they using this word? It links back to this old idea of Puritanism. So he's connecting these two things. So drawing arrows, bracketing things, this helps us bring the text to life. So then we have our next paragraph. Susanna's feathery hair and saucer eyes were as black as midnight. Her skin was the color of cream. Her lips were like a lyre, and her bosom made men of peace and plenty forever and ever. She wore barbaric golden hoops on her shell pink ears, and around her ankles were chains with little bells on him. So again, this is a really important passage. So I might just want to bracket the whole thing. And then back to this idea of objectification. This is all physical descriptions. Hair, eyes, skin. Talk about her hips. What's a lyre? Okay, so I might want to do a Google search and figure out what a lyre is. But I can assume that a lyre is a shapely object. They talk about other physical features. They talk about her ears, her ankles. So they're giving you the whole picture of what she looks like. So I got an idea of what this daily ritual was. She was a show for the town people. She comes out and they look at her to watch. So what we have is an object of desire. But knowing what I know about narratives, I'm going to guess that there's more to Susanna than meets the eye. So this is where I might want to speculate and ask questions. Is there more to this object? So I'm going to do that on every page. So what you saw me doing was I was having a conversation with myself, trying to make sense of what I was reading. And I was using notations to bring this to life. We could use lots of notations. You know, I could use happy face. I could use an exclamation point, star, brackets, boxes, circles, whatever works for you. So hopefully that helped. Have a nice day.